Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Devops with Samail, and my name is Samail. In this video I am going to cover on shell script video. So here I have already posted or created a playlist regarding shell script, and I am continuing with a lot of videos related to shell script. Once this will be done, then I'll be taking different DevOps tools and will complete those things. So without wasting time, let's get started. Today I'm going to cover if statement in shell script. So by seeing the name itself, if, it means you understood something like some kind of condition. That's the reason I have mentioned over here, this is used for decision making, whether this decision is matching or condition is matching or not. If it is matching, then do something, otherwise do some other stuff. So those kind of stuffs we can do through this particular if statement. It executes commands based on the conditions. So if some condition is matching, then I want to run something. That also can be done through this particular if statement in shell script. So what is if statement? If statement first checks a condition, whether that condition is matching or not. Next, what it is doing, executes code only if the condition is true. So if the condition is true, then it is doing some code execution. For what we are using? We are using some kind of file checks, whether this is file or not, this is folder or not, or the file empty or some other values. So we can check lot of different stuffs over there. Next, what it is doing, user input validation. We can do user input validation, whether that whatever user is giving input, that is correct or not. And we can do process control as well through the if statement. What is the basic syntax for if statement? Here you could see if, then some condition will be there. Then do some commands, execute some commands, then fi. What here, if this condition is matching, then execute this particular commands, and this is a closing statement for this particular if. So it is the reverse order of if. So it is fi. What condition? Condition is test expression. Then what we are mentioning, it is start executing something. Fi ends the block. Okay. Now we will try to do the practical, how it is being working. As per this example, what we are mentioning, number check. Okay, whatever number we are giving or whatever input we are giving, whether that number is greater than something or less than something, that we are going to check in the terminal. Let's try to open the terminal and do some action over here. Okay, since this is I already logged into one of the Linux server, and since this is if loop, if statement, I am going to create one file that is called if.sh. Okay, the first thing what we should do, we should give here the shebang. Let me give this shebang bin bash. Next I can run something. Maybe I can use user input, or I can give directly one input over here. So as of now, let me define some variable here. I am giving number is maybe 5. Okay. Now next we do make a condition. So you can see here we are making this particular condition. Okay, let me copy this. I can explain it over here. Okay, so if that number, this is the variable I defined over here, if that number is greater than 5, okay, then I'm just printing some message over here. Here you can give any command to execution also, but as of now I'm giving the message, okay, number is greater than 5, okay, and then fi. Let's try to give this condition and try to get the output, what output it is giving me. Okay, let me give permission here, chmod plus x if dot sh Now if I am giving if dot sh, I am not getting any output. Why? Because, let me open that again. Why? Because here this number is not greater than 5, right? That is the reason condition is not matching. Because of that, it is not giving any output. Now if I am giving here, I am changing some value over here. Okay, instead of giving 5, I am mentioning 6. Okay, now let's try to run that again. Can you see this? The number is greater than 5, but that number is not mentioned as of now here, but I can print that number as well. Since you already knows how print is working, let's try to give that if dot sh, and here I can give here also. I can give, and the number you have entered is dollar and that variable, so that it can give me that value as well, what kind of input I have given. Can you see this? The number is greater than 5 and the number you have entered is 6. Okay, I can give some other value as well. Let's try to give some, maybe 20, the number. Okay, and save it. Now if I am running that, can you see this? This is telling okay, 20 is greater than 5 and the number is 20 only. But what if we are giving less value? The first I told you, I will give 1 here instead of 20, or 2 here. Okay, let's see what shell script is giving over here. It is giving nothing because the condition is not matching. Here I mentioned if that condition is matching, then only do something, but this condition is not matching. So because of that, it is telling okay, that is not satisfied, I cannot do beyond this. But yes, I can print something. There is another statement available over here. Okay, so let's catch that statement here. What is there? If else statement. Now here we are giving another one, we are making another statement over here, that is else. It means if condition is matching, you put something on the then syntax. If not matching, you put it on the else. Okay, so let me copy this. I can explain over here. Okay, what happened? Let me clear the terminal over here. I'll say now if else statement, right? Dot sh. Okay, this is the condition, but first thing I have to give bin bash. Okay, I want to execute this on bash shell, and I can do some condition over here. Okay, let's maybe same thing I am taking, maybe number is 5. Okay, if that condition is matching, if I am telling okay, let me copy this. Why to waste time here since I have ready. Okay, let me give this example only. I'll say quit this and I will again bin bash number is 7. Okay, if that number divided by 2 getting the output is 0. So here what example we are trying to use here, this is whether this is even or odd. Okay, first it is checking okay, if the divided is after dividing the number, if you are getting 0, it means that is even or it is odd number. Okay, this is the condition. We are just trying to find whether that number is even or odd. You already knows the mathematical calculation for that. If it is divided by 2 and you are getting 0 output, it means that is the even and else that is the odd. Okay, so let's try to use that scenario over here. Okay, so I am giving here 7 divided by 2. Obviously it is not going to give you the 0 output, right? So it means it is going to print this odd. Let's try to execute this and we'll explain again if needed. Chmod plus x if else. Okay, now if I am mentioning if else, okay, it is giving me odd number because 7 is odd number only. Let me try to give some other number if else. Okay, I'll try to give 20 here. Let's see what it is telling. Let's say 20. Now if I am running that same shell script, it is giving me even number because 20 is even number only. And also I can print that particular number what I have mentioned, that also I can give. Okay, let's try to give that also. Here even number and the number is dollar num. Okay, the same thing I can mention over here also, so that whatever number it should show me. Okay, and the number is dollar num. Okay, now instead of 20 I'll give 99. Okay, let's try to run this. Can you see this? This is odd number and the number is 99. It means it is giving me two conditions. One, okay, if it is matching, give me some output. If it is not matching, also give me some output. So that is the reason we are using if else. Okay. So I hope you all understood this particular if else statement. In next video I am going to cover if else, then else if also, if else if else. So that condition also I am going to show you on the next video. So if you liked my video, please subscribe and share my channel also, whoever wants to learn. So because I am going to cover Devops over here only. Okay, I think that is enough for this particular video. I'll be covering different condition or different loop also in shell script in future videos. Thank you all.